winch. That's a Tyler. There's the Tabor. Coming out of the water. Hi everybody, here we are at North End Shipyard. This is our annual haul out. We haul the boat out, we spray the bottom and we repaint the bottom, we replace the zincs and we take care of all the through hull fittings. And once in a while we plan on replacing a plank. The Stephen Tabor, this vessel's been in my family for 48 years now. And we are constantly on the lookout for planks. The vessel was built in 1871. So you can see Mike Rogers behind me. He is taking a plank that is right at the ice line for wintertime water line, and we're just chasing that back and replacing the entire plank. And because that particular plank is underneath the mate's bunk, and because there's a little place where you can lose stuff into the inner planking, we have been able to recover a cosmetics bag from expiration on the Visine was 1982. And we're still hoping for maybe a leather bag full of the crew's tip money from sometime in that era. And then we'll take everyone out to lunch. Anyway, we're gonna replace a plank or two, and then we'll be splashing in probably, hopefully next Thursday. So I am just providing a little lubricant, linseed oil, for when we put this shutter plank in right here, which is in the steam box right now, over yonder. And this is this will be closing up this section of the bow, and then we'll spike it in place. We're going to take it out of the steam box in about 15 minutes or so, and then we're going to hold it up and clamp it up in place and spike it in place. And once it's cooled down, we'll be ready to caulk it with cotton and oakum and paint it. And then she will once again be watertight. This plank that we removed was an original, we think, an original 1871 plank. Wow. If not, it was put in 1910 when the Tabor was hit by a runaway barge in New York Harbor around Hell's Gate, and they did some repair work then. But we can tell it's old because it still had trunnels in it. Trunnel fastened was how they put these together originally, and it still had trunnels in it. And the nicest thing about this little bit of repair work is that these oak frames underneath were in remarkably good shape. They were all put in by my parents in 1983, and they were all in pretty perfect shape. The spikes came out hard. They came out looking great. And so when you open up an old wooden boat, that's kind of the nicest piece of news that you could possibly get. This right here is Althea. She's helping us out while we're at the shipyard just for today. Thea was a crew member of mine 2 years ago, and just can't get enough. Just can't get enough. Thea, can I hand? So behind me is our steam box. And so if you may have noticed from the planks that were removed, they don't go in flat. In the case of this plank up in the bow on the hood end, it starts flat and it twists this way and then has to curve almost from horizontal to vertical. And in order to do that to a 2-inch thick piece of white oak, you need to limber it up. So you steam it. Typical formula is 1 hour of steaming per inch thickness of the piece of wood. And once you do that, it's not exactly a noodle, but it's flexible enough so that you can sort of clamp it and move it into place. And we're going to take it over quickly with gloves on, and we're going to push it up into place and clamp it in, and then drill it and fasten it in place. And hopefully it will be there for another 100 years.
Okay, twist vertical. Now there is a pinwall nearby there.
Right here?
Yeah, it needs
William!
It needs to come forward about half an inch.
Stand by, please. So Mike is drilling and countersinking for ship spikes. This is the fastening that holds the planks onto the frames. We use these old square, cut, chisel-nosed, galvanized ship spikes. This is the traditional fastening. They hold really well, and this goes into the oak framing underneath, and they last well and hold real good.
Here I am, caulking the Stephen Tabor first. So the planks are all put together so that it's wood to wood contact at the back of the seam. At the face of the seam, it's open about 3/16 of an inch, so it forms a V groove. And into that, I drive this cotton first, and then oakum, and it wedges everything tight, and it makes it waterproof, and it also puts everything in tension, which makes the boat stronger and less flexible.
We can go ahead. There's a good zinc
And
right
there's
there.
nothing to it, but just bang it in.
Bang it in. Again and again.
Right. So just put the good ones back on. Screw them in nice. Have the nicest.
Where did the nicest ones go?
It seems awful slow, but
All the way under by the seat.
in time it gets done. I'll have these caulked up by lunchtime.
Brand new ones, and I'll have more.
Started at about 10.
Wow.
It's not too bad.